realized.
Remember, if you want me to heal you, stand very still. But also, avoid the bullets.
4, 3.
Okay, so this kind of match ended before it started, and it was because of our girl Symmetra here. I liked watching videos back and realizing what it was in the beginning that made the end what it was. I like that. So the name of this episode was Crush Forward. So I was getting some settings adjusted. So that's why I'm standing here. I see my matches through. So I take strange pauses in game. But I'm reading the situation even from this distance. I don't pay too much attention to the top right if I don't see what's going on in the match itself. But I'm taking the long route. See that lack of hesitation? I told you I take the Symmetra teleporters whenever I see them.
Get in here. Let's get you all ready. You'll be safe in here.
So I'm taking real good care of focusing Lucio's. Lucio is a high priority target for a lot of reasons. Now, there's a lot of bow-guarding Lucios that I see, and so he's pushing really hard. So I decide, okay, I'll play, but I really want to focus in where I am right now. I really try to take care of Junkrats. They need to go. I had them in this alleyway, but I didn't take that, but that's okay. I didn't believe the battle moved from this spot, so I just stuck it out here. Okay, he's still low life. Maybe I can do something. No. And I don't want two eyes on me. That's a bit frustrating. I still didn't believe that the battle moved from this spot. This is why I'm still here. And that belief fed me Junkrat. Okay. Make sure they're healthy, but also want to reposition. I saw that. Okay, I saw something that I didn't pay attention to before. I'm glad I didn't pay attention to it because I would have assumed I was hallucinating. But this is actually why I'm being so careful right now. So Junkrat's already back. Oh wait, that was Lucio. I didn't even get to get him. Junkrat always has me on edge in matches. Okay. Okay. That's Zarya. I'm ready to take her on. Seems pretty new. If I just keep her at it. I play Zarya all the time, so I'm practically playing myself. Seeing that. With some Baptiste adjustment. Okay, so the battlefield is moving, but this save of Symmetra really supports this crush forward movement in this episode. Still making sure I'm maintaining position though. This map is such a careful map. It's so easy to turn things around on a dime, and not necessarily because of flank. You can watch flank. Something can still happen on this map. I like it. So here's a trick I do here, where I take this Symmetra portal, and my reaction time was so deft, it practically cleared our way to this victory on this map. But whatever skirmish they were having, and before I arrived, I ended it. 3 simple moves. I almost feel the need to go back because I don't think we saw this, right? We didn't see this. We didn't see this. This match was 5 minutes long. Just 5 because of this one move I do. Soldier hits his ult and I'd make it not work. I'm gonna slow it down when we do this too. It's loading, so it's gonna look a little funny. Yes, I'm still watching for covers here. So Metra's ready to go in. I'm gonna slow it down. So I go straight in. Soldier activates ult right when I get in there. I leap, activate ult, I hit my heel, throw immortality down before I land. Junkrat on my team takes care of Soldier with his ult and just clears out the rest of the enemy team. So now we've got a diva by herself, but we've already made so much progress on the payload, but on the push, our team's already repositioned. I'm still being very, very steady here. It's a hard map to push through when you've got such an open field. The flanks aren't as powerful here. It's an interesting thing. So you see, the rest of the team is just getting eliminated by my DPS. So I'm just laying down cover fire, literally. That's all. Most of what I did was cover fire here. I'm never threatened by Sojourner Death. I just maintain steadiness and crushed forward. That was a 5-minute push map on Esperança. Wow. Wow. Okay, this is Overwatch 2. I'm Baptiste, as usual. Push map on New Queen Street. The name of this episode is... I feel like it's something really cool. I need to look at my notes. Situational Awareness. So this was a very cool match. The DPS kept switching, so I feel like the final boss here was a mystery hero. See, I'm watching very carefully. Winston bubbles make things difficult, but I want to get Junkrat. You see me do this almost every game. I've also decided to take very careful, precise shots. People react very well to noise. I wanted to take care of Kiriko, but I also wanted to hold this spot. Just like Esperança, it's hard to really get a strong determination on where you are as far as team positioning and individual positioning. So this Genji didn't know I was here, but he ended up kind of isolating my position, and that left way for Mrs. Sniper. Now, Mrs. Sniper doesn't get to kill me for the rest of the match. I learned that back at take cover or shoot to kill. So one sniper bullet was all it took for me to go, nope. So I'm taking very good, slow care of how I'm carrying myself to the position, because we are practically in a mill here. I know it's two tanks going at it. I don't really want to push at them too much. I just want to support. No need to get into that match. Genji already showed me, nah, don't cross over matches here, especially with positioning. I should have already moved. Taking very good care of the cover I've got. Winston makes me careful. See, I already have to go. I already know I've got to go. I'm not facing him by myself. If I've got a good angle, that's about as much as I can do. Geometry. Okay, so Ryan and Winston going back at it again. Glad he took it. I thought he jumped. Yeah, so this is another DPS switch. Now I played Mei like I use her. That wasn't even my ice fall, and I just used it. I love you, Mei. Okay, so laying down cover fire. There, down goes Sojourn. Practically took out every member of the team almost. Who am I missing? Oh, Kiriko. Okay, now I really want to make sure the payload's gotten. This is a good point. Word to the fanfare. That's such a good positioning. Of course, Reinhardt to make sure we don't get flanked. But usually I get cut off from here, so I make sure to take this point this time. I see a battle going on and I can get into it without getting into it. Yes, that works for me. Yes. This was very good for me. This was very good. The battle held out here, I believe, for quite a long time. Make sure Reinhardt does not die. I want his... He's been very consistent. Also, he's been holding the position back from behind, so he didn't get a chance to get into it, to get pushed the load as far as we did. So I'm sort of doing some heavy lifting here, quite literally. I didn't want to use this ult myself. Like, if I resisted it to make sure I could see more of his movements. I didn't want to be thirsty, but that belief served up Reinhardt some Moira, so that worked out. So this time, I'm doing the thing again where I'm taking advantage of flank positions, but being in them myself. 2 Winston electric bursts. Still want to support him. Our Genji's doing the works. We have a Mercy, so I'm not so dedicated to healing. Also, I'm not supposed to be damage sponge support. I was happy that I was able to get Hanzo, but he wasn't the kind of Hanzos I would usually fight. But that's because I have a mystery final boss. That's 3 character switches that have just occurred. And I've taken down that character with each switch. I didn't get to get him as Widowmaker, but by the time I saw him again, he was a different character. Although if I had a mid boss, I'd have to say it was Winston. Stay away from the big monkey. That's kind of the only thing I was thinking. See, Reinhardt is just taking down the battlefield, and it's wonderful. Good support lets Reinhardt reign. All right, and there's Widowmaker. So now I've got his 3 different character changes. All of his choices aren't working, and yeah, it's just not working. Also, very efficient fire. I'm not wasting shots here. This map is huge, and I really want to be precise. I'm doing another thing where I'm taking advantage of flank positioning. It's so easy to get taken from up there, but there's a way to be able to see that and protect yourself. The bus stop. So Sojourn is going off on it. Very, very good. I know that the battle can still continue from the back, so I just watch and wait. Make sure to ping. It wasn't my fight. Mercy went in and took Sojourn out and got the res. So now I think I get a chance to bite at the monkey. It's been long enough. Make sure the shield is gone. I noticed that those electric blades don't hurt too much. I can withstand them. If I get some cover, I self-res that off. I can mitigate that. Okay, the battlefield is still here, but our robot hasn't been touched at all. So we practically left the robot to take down. See, I got the monkey, so see, mid-boss has been taken down. I've got another angle on Sojourn. This is about the 2nd time I've taken it. I saw Widowmaker's aim, so I already know how to respond. No, that wasn't Widowmaker, that was Cassidy, but they feel the same to me. So the robot hasn't been pushed towards me, so I have an opportunity to support Sojourn here. Make sure we all know. So Winston's angry. I don't think tanks like when they die by support. See, I get a second chance to use my ult, and my reluctance first time is Gift blessed me with canceling Moira's ult with my ult. It's a wonderful counter. It's a wonderful counter. So we just lost our Ryan. He's, rest in peace, he did well. So now I'm running into Winston rather than countering him on the battlefield, which I think is a good thing. I think he's just disoriented, so I take advantage of this. Make sure to distract him. I don't want to fight him, just distract now. See if I can get back to this battlefield. I know that we have never left from this battlefield. I know it. That's why I was able to make it over here so quickly. And score myself a kill. Both of the enemy team has switched characters to try to get an edge. Sojourn is Sojourn. The distraction I laid on him has kept him in the battlefield long enough for me to encounter him at lower health. This is good. I need to be able to pick off Winston slowly. He's got mobility, I've got mobility. He went alt. I don't think about where I'm running, just that I run. Yeah, very important. Okay, so I was able to find myself behind the monkey again, but I need to make sure I've got some cover here. The battlefield has come back quite a way since I let it go. But here's it. I get to just shoot, and fire away. Leave that to them. I saw he was low life. See, there's Genji. He wants to use his ult on me, so now I got to do the acrobatics and escape. So he's down below. He wants me. He's looking, and he runs out of ult. And where does it leave me? Firing line, super precise. Okay, so we've got 30 more minutes, 30 more seconds. So Winston wants me now, directly. And I do the only thing I know is responsible. Run away from Winston. Use acrobatics. That's more so for distraction. I'm not actually trying to get away from him sometimes. So Winston remembers that there's a push robot they need to reclaim. And we're 2 meters away from scoring it. I get a wonderful opportunity to pick off another junk rat before the game is over. Situational awareness. Even with all of the enemy character switches, I was able to maintain a responsive identity through it. And that is what this episode was about. GG's though.
Clear heads, sharp eyes.
All right.
Hello.
So this match is brought to you by
5, 4,
Bullet and the Blade.
2, 1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
So I'm not going to need to swap between perspectives this match because I don't die, which is gonna add to the title of this video, Bullet and the Blade. This episode, this match. So I go straight to healing at first. Usually there's a setup of people trying to understand positions. The brave ones like Diva don't bother with that. The cowards make it difficult for me to see. But I take my time. I prioritize Pharah there in the background. But I'm also making sure Diva can back up because I want to get space for the aircraft. You can see my anticipation for the skies. Making sure Diva keeps everyone's attention. Have to wait until Pharah comes up. Yeah, now that I can see her fire, now I know where she is. That's a good thing. I can peek at her immediately. And look, she's low health. I can get an angle on her. No, she's got my location. I can't fight with her too much. But I make sure to prioritize push robot. The moment I saw Diva go up, I thought we'd trade places. It's excellent. Pharah's on me again. I thought Diva was gonna hold that. Okay, so we're being stretched a bit, but I get another shot at Pharah here. I'm getting too many options as far as targets here. See, I'm looking out for this one. Gotta take her down. Okay, so I'm separated from my team. It's literally just a May over there fighting by herself. A Diva without her mech, and then Pharah again. Gotta reposition immediately. I want to be able to... That's weird. Why didn't that break? Okay, so Diva's back. Good, we get to hold this. I get to add some shots on the side. May does a freeze, takes out 3. It's not like I don't see Sojourn low health. I don't get to get Pharah, but she does get to die. Full health and we're on the move. Ooh, scary. I don't know where it is. I thought that was an ally. It just didn't work. That Bob was so fortunate to have been placed right behind the barrier. I was hoping I could get Pharah there, but it seems I have to be patient. I get Ash from the back. There's Moira, but I just support D.Va on this. I prioritize Moira, but if she can catch someone else's attention, if someone can catch her attention, that's so much better. D.Va was such good support with the angles. See, I take this side angle here. I was hoping she would pop in the building. She doesn't. I'm just swinging on the side of this thing, making sure if they think they're not getting shot. Gotta overwork their support sometimes. I saw that. I'm not gonna let that get anybody. I just spared my Moira a trap by prioritizing that. Okay, new angle. See, Sojourn, hey, you don't need to be Sojourn to be cool. Okay, gotta focus here. Got Zenyatta down, that's a headshot. Love to see it. Was hoping to get Junkrat too. But here we have Junkrat and a Pharah. Okay, this is where it gets a little hard for me. But I need to get out of there immediately. Okay, nice protection. I was hoping I could actually kill Junkrat instead of running away. But I did have an escape plan. Let's get out of there. She didn't. She's running for a health pack and Pharah is just fed to me. That was so good. Okay, step out of Moira's range and tag for the rest. So I you know, good survival instincts on my own. I'm pretty good on my own. Okay, Pharah's already back. I'm not gonna use that special. Now Pharah's on to me. What a feeling. Okay, gotta make sure we've got some long sight lines here. The battle is long. I thought that was coming for me. I had to keep running. I felt like it was. It did not. Okay, so they're still holding here. This is my chance to get some side angles in. That's a Junkrat. That's 2 D.Va bombs that do not execute. So we're holding it pretty good here. Keeping my D.Va alive, you know, it's always good. So they got enemy Bastion now. Here's always my practice when I'm fighting Bastion. Now that I see it, it's not a mistake when I punch the air after shooting somebody. Okay, there's Sojourn. This Sojourn had survived better than most of the Sojourns I play with, so that was always good. Okay, that was a second ice. The second ice doesn't work. It was a D.Va. She flew right out. That DPS is really holding out though. So you see, so we get a chance to get the D.Va. I generally don't finish out the mech, especially with this kind of DPS. This DPS was dangerous. Okay, that Bastion was shooting at me. It was funny because these shots that I felt from Bastion were almost like, but you're just a support. Why are you fighting like this? But that wasn't doubt that I could afford to accept. Bastion strong, Baptiste strong. So here I take a moment, I take an opportunity to flank since he shot at me like he wanted my attention. I have full access to his critical part. Protection just in case, I didn't even need it. Okay, so now I'm gonna take their position and see what else we can do here. I'm tired of fighting in this area. So Moira did that ball past me, but she didn't acknowledge. She thought that was her teammates. So I got to put some damage on Moira and... So they don't even know I'm there. So I get a second shot at Bastion here. Mercy's healing. They still don't know that I have taken the upstairs until D.Va recognizes. Oh, Bastion does. Okay. Then D.Va comes. Now I have D.Va's attention. I don't intend to fight her for too long, so I just make it to the nearest health pack. Not cover, but health pack, okay. That worked. I got another angle to use my attack on, and I get to bleed Bastion. I think they're wary, but okay, so here's Mercy. The support switched. I'm thinking Bastion's gonna come back for me, but he doesn't. He pushes toward the payload. Okay. So I'm trying to support from a distance. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the fight at all costs. I can do something. So they're encountering 4 people. This needs practice. Okay, so this is tough. There's 4 people over there. My team's all dead. I get this angle here. May's there. Didn't know. I have to run because that is not something. I don't want May's battle strategies affecting mine. Okay, so I make it out. They're all on push robot now. I'm just trying to keep track of the battlefield and get back to a place where I can help my team. I see May. But I really want to find a place where we can stop this robot from being pushed. Gotta get a perspective. Okay, so that's the 3rd May snow alt. And here's where the fight is. If I hung around where May was, I'd have gotten it on action, but May has a different battle strategy. I don't think I want to play with that one. So I get up high instead on my team side. So I ended up getting some free kills because of my positioning, but this is where I really needed to be. The battle's going to be here anyway. So I'm just making sure I can help D.Va get all the attention. They want to attack me. It's just not happening, though. Like, oh, good railgun shot. That was nice. Okay. So we lose our May again. May is having a ball here. But bullet in the blade, so I'm very, very steady right now. Whether it's healing or whether it's or bullets. I'm on top of it. Pinging. Regeneration. Survival instincts. It's going good. We got 10 seconds now. We've got it past the first point and 79 meters in. Okay. So we're about to push this. We're about to dial this in just a moment. That's the Bastion's ult. I feel like he's gonna aim at me. I know they've got about 4 shots. Okay, none of them connect. Make sure D.Va stays in her mech. Pharah switched back. This was gonna be tough. How do I fight a Pharah that hasn't been here the whole match practically? But I can handle it. I can handle it. I just needed to get close enough. I can line this shot up. Start adding shots to her. Hopefully I can use this field to take her down instead. I know it's risky. A lot of people are pushing right now. Low health? No problem. Cut her right across the sky. She got taken down. And that is overtime. What an amazing play. Can we just see that again, though? Can we just see that again? Because it's a whole work. It's keeping D.Va in her mech, making sure people know Pharah is the interest, protecting them, making sure I add cover fire. This Pharah, I want to clear Pharah. Once Pharah is done, we can take this out. So let's go to half speed. Look at how this works. Cut right across. Because once Pharah was down, the game was over. GG's, Pharah.